Hello everyone and welcome to The Young and the Restless Soapy Stories channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. YNR shocker, Audra's deepest secret comes out. The real reason she hates Victor. I wasn't always this calculating, this closed off. Victor Newman made me this way. Audra Charles. Puzzle piece the setup, a rumor surfaces. The walls of Newman Media echo with tension. A new article leaks online from an anonymous source. A well-respected journalist suggests that Audra Charles has a personal vendetta against Victor Newman, something not born of business, but born of the past. Victor sees it. He leans back in his chair at Newman Ranch, brows furrowing. Dig into this, he tells Michael Baldwin. Find out where that rumor came from, and why it sounds like it might be true. What he doesn't know. Audra leaked it herself. She's done hiding. Broken heart Audra's breakdown begins. Alone in her penthouse, Audra pours herself a glass of red wine and stares at an old photograph. It's wrinkled, faded, and taken at an academic conference almost 15 years ago. In the corner is a young, wide-eyed version of herself, barely 20, standing beside a powerful man in a charcoal suit. Victor Newman. She exhales. I swore I'd never talk about this, she says out loud. But the world deserves to know who he really is. Mantelpiece clock flashback. Audra's origin story. Audra Charles grew up bright, ambitious, and dangerously underestimated. Raised by a single mother in Arizona, she was recruited into an elite mentorship program for business prodigies while still a teenager. The sponsor? Newman Global Talent Initiative. Run at the time under Victor's purview, the program selected exceptional young minds and placed them under direct mentorship with Newman executives. Victor himself handpicked several of them, occasionally inviting the most promising to corporate retreats and training weekends. Audra, then known by her birth name Isabel Morales, was one of them. I was brilliant. I was hungry. And I was naive, Audra says. Fearful face the incident. At one of those executive retreats, a resort in Aspen, Victor hosted a private dinner for his top 3 ments. Audra remembers the warmth, the elegance, the wine she wasn't supposed to drink. She remembers the compliments from executives. She remembers the pride she felt when Victor said, "You'll go far, Isabel." Then the moment she's never spoken about. It was just the 2 of us, she says. Everyone else had gone. He invited me to the library. Said he wanted to talk about my future. Her voice cracks. Instead, he told me I was a weapon to be sharpened. That power came from sacrifice. He said, people like us, we don't love. We don't trust. We conquer. And then he told her to change her name. Burn the past, he said. Reinvent. Disappear. What followed wasn't physical, but it was psychological. A subtle grooming. A control so chilling it followed her for years. He never touched me, she says. But he manipulated me, gaslit me, erased me. Briefcase reinvention. Isabel becomes Audra. At Victor's suggestion, she changed her name to Audra Charles, a name fit for boardrooms, he'd said. She received fast-tracked recommendations to prestigious grad programs, quiet backing for international internships, and even shadowed high-level deals for Newman subsidiaries. But when she started asking too many questions about the ethics, the backdoor accounts, the offshore funding, Victor vanished from her life. No more calls. No more access. She was left with ambition and nothing else. I wasn't useful anymore, she says. So, he let me rot. And I swore I'd never forgive him. Balance scale, the present. Audra confesses to Nikki. At Society, a rare moment of vulnerability plays out. Nikki Newman runs into Audra, who has clearly been drinking, clearly unraveling. You all see him as some kind of king, Audra says, bitter. But he destroys what he touches. Nikki, confused, demands answers. And in that moment, whether from exhaustion, revenge, or desperation, Audra finally tells Nikki the truth. The story, the manipulation, the erasure of her identity, the control. You've been married to him for decades, Audra says. But I bet you never knew how many young women he buried along the way, in files, in favors, in silence. Nikki, stunned, walks away without a word. But later that night, she looks through Victor's old files and finds one labeled Isabel Morales, class of 2010. Status, elevated. Clearance, red. Firecracker. Victor confronts her. He doesn't wait. He storms into her office the next day. You made a dangerous mistake, he growls. Audra doesn't flinch. I made the same mistake when I was 19, she snaps. Trusting you. Victor narrows his eyes. You're rewriting history. No, she says. I'm rewriting my history. You wrote the first version. Now, I take the pen. Brick fallout in Genoa City. The consequences ripple. Nate, who had been warming to Audra again, pulls away. Why didn't you ever tell me? Elena, after hearing whispers, starts looking into Newman's mentorship archives. Adam sees an opportunity. So the great Victor Newman isn't invincible after all. Victoria, incensed, defends her father, but a seed of doubt grows in her. Tucker tries to leverage it. You and I aren't so different, Audra. Brain Audra's choice, revenge or redemption. At Crimson Lights, Sharon sits across from her. You're angry, Sharon says. Understandably. But what will you do with that anger? I don't know, Audra whispers. Maybe I'll blow it all up. Or, Sharon says softly, maybe you tell your truth and set yourself free. Performing arts final scene, the interview. In the final minutes of Friday's episode, Audra walks into GC Buzz. Tessa looks up. Can I help you? Audra places a flash drive on the table. This is a full story, she says. Interviews, documents, audio. You can run it or bury it, but either way, it's the truth. Tessa stares. Why now, she asks. Because I'm tired of being the weapon Victor made me, Audra says. I want to be something else. Crystal Ball coming next week on The Young and the Restless. Victor faces boardroom backlash after media storm erupts. Ashley returns, demanding to know how many women Victor mentored. Abby confronts Audra. Why hurt my family? Audra receives an anonymous letter. You're not the only one he used. Michael warns Victor. You may not survive this one, old friend. Audra's painful truth exposed. Victor hurt her in the past. Face screaming in fear, broken heart. Why on our bombshell? Audra reveals why she truly hates Victor. Firecracker. Audra's dark secret comes out. Victor's past haunts her still. Fearful face woman detective. Audra confronts Victor, and her accusation shocks Genoa City. Collision flushed face. Victor's hidden crime? Audra says he damaged her life. Police car light bomb. Audra's hatred for Victor explained, and it's deeper than you think. Speech balloon broken heart. Shocking past revealed. Victor may have harmed Audra years ago.